how come there's no model that integrates them all? So I've been playing with these ideas for a long time, and it really bothered me. Going through school, I remember this whole, module in grad school talking about the mini theories. They call them the mini theories because there's a million of these little theories that talk about the need for, fill in the blank, the need for affiliation, the need for immersion, the need for safety, the need for belonging. Like there's all these needs. Like, how come there's no model that integrates them all? So, and there's all these needs that other people talked about, and yet there was no model that could make sense of them all. So in my work, we ended up doing a lot of, qualitative work, a lot of quantitative work, large scale surveys, and did some factor analysis, which is basically looking for, clumps of meaning in the data. And we found was there were a series of needs that kept coming out that were related to each other. So there were a bunch of needs that seemed to fit within the self. There were a bunch of needs that seemed to involve other people. There were a bunch of needs that seemed to be sort of material concerns about, work and money and objects, and a bunch of concerns that had to do with things you can't see, things like justice and ethics and purpose, values, principles. And lo and behold, I did a bunch of research, and I found that there are at least 12 world systems of philosophy, religion, psychology, many of them very ancient, that say that there are four domains of human life. There's the self, and then there's the social, sort of what I need for myself, then what my relationships with other people are about. The material world of, money and things and objects and work and play, and the spiritual world of immaterial, the things you can't see, the things that are concepts and principles.